have some very exciting news to kind of share with you guys. It's a new goal of mine that is, I think, it's one of the bigger goals I've ever done. And you probably can tell by the title what we're going to be talking about today. But my life update is that I am running a marathon. I am running a marathon, and I wanted to talk to you guys about the process and also just how this happened, why I'm doing it, where it's going to be, what I think the challenges and the not challenges are going to be, and yeah, and then if you want to see the progress and some updates on this, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Also, we started a new membership thing called the HIVE, so if you want more intimate access to just this channel, to wonderful people, more videos, and if you just want to help out the channel, it would mean a lot. Check out, click the join button. But let's get into it. So, who's doing the marathon? So I am doing the marathon. I'm gonna go by like the who, what, where, when, why. I'm running a marathon I'm running not alone. I'm actually running with my brother. And it's funny because he lives across the country from me. So he lives on the East Coast and I live on the West Coast. I live in Los Angeles, he lives in Massachusetts, where we're from. And we're both training separately to then come together on the actual marathon day to run. Yeah, it's gonna be very exciting. We basically, I knew from a really long time that I wanted to do a marathon one day in my life, and I kind of knew that eventually, as you get older, your body starts to kind of get more prone to injury. So because of that, I thought it was now or never to really kind of like go for it. So the marathon, if you don't know, I'm sure you probably heard of a marathon. A marathon is 26.2 miles. Miles. I do not know the kilometers, but yeah, and yeah, it's gonna be a very, very long run. Where are we doing it? So we are gonna be doing the LA Marathon, which is March 17th of this year. So the reason I'm making this video, you're like, Nick, this is like so far out. You're like 6 months away. I guess it's like 4. What is it? It's October now, so it's November. It's when I'm filming this, it's October 3rd. So it's guys, it's been a long day. I don't know about you, but when you just get to the end of a long day and you just kind of like your mind just loses it. That's where we're at right now. But so we have November, December, January, February, March. It's 5 months away. You need that long to run and train for a marathon. That's why I'm making this video. So I'm very into, and if you've been here for a while, I hope you can kind of guess, I'm very into projects. I love having goals. I think goals are what makes life fun. It doesn't mean that you have to like succeed in all of them. It's fun to like have something to look forward to challenge yourself, right? And it's fun to change it up. I just did a short film, so that was my creative goal, and now I'm doing more of a physical goal, which is like testing my body limits. So the why am I running a marathon? That was part of it. I liked projects, but I also my body's getting older, right? I'm currently 26. You can run at any age, but I just know, like, I've been feeling very grateful of my body recently, of how fit I am. I'm not like super fit. I have a tummy and everything, but like the fact that I can walk, the fact that I can like run a little bit, I wanted to do that. I also wanted to do it with my brother because my brother and I have done a half marathon way before I ever did this channel. It was in 2019, and we ran together. We did the Boston half marathon. It was back when I was still living in New York City, and that process was, if I don't know if you've ever ran or have done a like marathon or training program. If you have, please in the comments like let me know how your process was. I would really love to hear from you. But for me, it was a very opening experience. It was very hard. I think I trained in a month or a month and a half. It was in October. I trained in New York, and running, 3 days a week, and running in a half marathon is 13.1.2. Marathon is 26.2, so it's 13.1 miles. And yeah, it was a lot of training, and I fell in love with running. It hurt, but the fun thing, like my favorite thing about the process for running a half marathon, you guys, is it wasn't the amazing runs I went on. There were some runs where I was eventually getting a runner's high, which I don't know if you've ever felt. It always hit like mile 3, and it would always hit at the same song, because I always played the same playlist of music. And I did that because, I don't know about you, but for me, I really enjoy not, I just play my liked music on Spotify. I don't really do playlists, but I really, really enjoy, I fell in love with this idea of like I'd have music. I kind of know where I was on the run via my music. I knew I'd be at like mile 3 when a certain song hit, and I would get runner's high, and that was so fun. So runner's high is like, you feel like euphoria. You are, and it's real. You will know if you feel it. You will smile. You still can feel like you're running. It still hurts, but you begin to just get this excited energy, and you just feel really happy. It kind of feels like you're on drugs. The way, if you're a runner, or if you want to run and you've never felt it, the way that I usually activate it, I don't know if you can really activate it, but something that I would realize would trigger it is a song, or it always happens when you're feeling present. So I would always look around, I would look at the trees, I would look at where I'm running, and then I would just start to really feel my senses, feel the air start to, feel all around me, feel how it feels to run, and be grateful to be fit and grateful to be running. And when you start being grateful, that gratitude thoughts, it's hard because when you're running, it's very tiring, but there becomes a moment where you're hitting the pace and you're hitting the stride, and you get into this rhythm where it feels automatic. And that's when it happens, when you're feeling like automatic, like you don't even realize you're running, and you can kind of think about other things. That's when you really get to enjoy that runner's high, which is awesome. But so I had that, but my favorite thing about the half marathon, was the days where I didn't run. So you have a program like that you try and hit, because it's impossible to just kind of like hit those miles just randomly, like 13 miles is so much. My favorite day, so you'd be working up to it. The programs are long. A month and a half are very long. My favorite thing about the process was the days where I was supposed to run and I allowed myself not to. So you begin to you have to be very aware of your body. They always say that resting can be more impactful than running. Resting can be more impactful for running. So like running shouldn't hurt. So, and I learned this kind of like the hard way. Like when I was training for the half, you get excited to run eventually, and I wanted to run and my knee started hurting, and I was like, I'll just push it. What's the worst that can happen? And when when you're running, you don't feel the pain really, but afterwards you do. And I eventually learned to take days off. I learned to rest, and it was very scary. Okay, it's very scary to take time off when you feel like you shouldn't. When your program is saying to run 8 miles and you're resting, because you're afraid that you're just going to lose it all. Yeah. It's a lot of pressure, but that's my favorite thing. It's like learning how to tune into your body. So I really, really enjoyed that a lot. And I also, yeah, so that was just really awesome. And then the best part of the half, which is why I want to do a marathon, is, I never ran that far. When you do a half marathon, when you do a marathon, the actual running day is always going to be the day that you ran the furthest. You never actually run the full thing beforehand. I don't know why. If you know why, let me know in the comments. I think it's because you don't want to tire yourself out. And also because you don't need to train up to that number. And the reason is because when you're running on race day, you actually get a lot of adrenaline. Think about this. You're training by yourself a lot, unless you're like in a group. I train a lot alone. You then get on running day, and you get there early and you're around all these people that are really excited to run, and you have a goal, and this is the day that you worked a month or months for, and then when you get out, you're running with people, which is so fun. You're all going one direction. You're passing some people are passing you, but then you also see on the sidelines people like cheering you on, strangers. They're giving out water, they're giving out food, and it feels like, I don't know, like a dream. And you just get so much energy from all the people around you that you can run the extra mile. This is the 2 miles you didn't train for. And yeah, the running of the half was one of the best experiences of my life, because not only being outside and running in the fall, cool New England weather, it was so amazing. And I think we ran at like 8 a.m. and we got done at 10 a.m. before people even woke up in my family. But the fact I got to do it with my brother was one of the best things ever. It is so cool to do it yourself, but then to see someone you love also accomplish a goal. It's really, really amazing. And I realized over time, like for me and my brother, my favorite thing to do with him is those things. There's no one else in my family I can really do those with, like those goals and the fact, I was like, I really want to do a marathon. This sounds ridiculous, People run marathons, but I don't know if you have, but like, yeah, you hear it every time. But for you to actually do it, back in the days, I think someone ran it and then someone died. In fairness, they didn't train to run 26.2 miles, and then they passed out and died in Greece or whatever. But just the fact that, I'm doing this and I get to do it with my brother, and then we can be like, it's just a bucket list thing. That thing that's really cool. I also just want to prove I can do it, it's important. Oh yeah, I think it's important to do things that scare you all the time, and it scares me to do this, because it's either you do it or you don't, which is fun but also very scary. Yeah, so the other thing that's interesting about this is like the program I'm running is like I'm doing the Nike Run app, which is awesome. You should always, if you want to start running, download it. You can just do a mile, but they have like these guided runs. So basically, they have a coach in Seattle, in Portland, that basically give you like motivation. They will talk about, okay, this is our goal for this run. We're gonna think about this, about your life, and they give you motivational quotes. They basically help you to distract yourself from running, but then to like give meaning to the run in a sense. I've done runs recently where you're learning about forgiveness, you're learning about fear, you're learning about gratitude, and it always feels really, really nice after you run. I'm doing 18, so I'll talk about the program I'm doing. I'm doing an 18 week training course on that app. It consists of at least 3 runs a week. It should be 5, but they say as long as you do 2 recovery runs and a long run, then you should be set up for success. The other runs that I'm missing are, I think, an additional recovery run and then also a interval speed run, which will make you faster in the race. Which is important because the way that my brother and I are going to be able to run together is we are setting ourselves a time average. We're trying to get, and I think this is a little ridiculous, but it's a good goal. We're trying to do 9-minute miles for the marathon. We're trying to do it in like 4 hours. So it's important, speed is usually not that important, but for us it is because we're not training together. And the goal is that we want to be able to run together on the marathon. So, we'll see how that goes. I'm curious to see how it goes. Our training programs, I don't know what his training program is right now. I hope he has one. But I have Strava, which also, if you want to run or walk, you can connect it to Facebook to your friends, and you get to actually see if Strava tracks like where you run. And even if you run on a different app like Nike, which is I do, where you run on is it like not Roadrunner, but like my pal, my other apps there are, it will connect it to Strava, and you can all just see where you're running and when you run, how far, and it's awesome. So yeah, I also want to talk about, so I kind of got into this, so training, that's the thing, so I'll talk about the thing. So we have the long run. Every week you're going to do a long run, and the long run is what you usually think of it for marathon training. So it's like right now, so I'm in my 2nd week of my 18 week. Last week I did a 5, it's weird, it's in kilometers, but it's okay, but I did like a 10K, which is around 5 miles. This week I'm going to do around 6.2 miles. You just keep going up. Eventually you're going to get to 20 miles, and then you'll drop back down before race day, and then you're going to do the 26.2. Like I said, you're going to be aiming for those last 6 miles to be off of adrenaline. That's why if you ever hear about the hitting the wall, or I don't know if you ever watched the Boston Marathon, so I'm from Boston, and actually used to grow up there. It's called, there's a Heartbreak Hill. The wall in marathon running is mile 20. The reason that exists is because that is exactly where most marathon runners end their training, is at mile 20. So once you get past 20, you're in new territory, and you're in territory where you are running off of adrenaline. So that's why you hear a lot about the wall, about pushing through the wall, going through the wall. It's because most of the time we haven't trained past it. And that's what's really scary, right? You're running on a day, you're running your max distance in front of all these people. And it's scary, right? It's scary when you do something that you haven't done before. So we have the long runs. So there's a long run every day, every week, once a week. Then we have recovery runs, which is instead of distance-based, it's time-based. So it's run 20 minutes, run 15 minutes. It's supposed to be, you want to always keep running because you want to keep your body kind of loose and your muscles, you want to just not stay super tight. Get in the habit of running. Because it's more important to get in the habit of running than distance at first. If you just run for distance, you are going to get bored. So you do 2 recoveries. Then the speed interval one is one that I don't do often. I haven't done yet, but I want to, right? Because my brother, it's running at max. I was looking at it. We'll see how this goes. I'll keep you guys updated. But it's like you run at so you start your run. You run at a 10K pace, then you run at a 5K pace for like a minute, then back to 10K, then to a mile. You're basically like sprinting and then jogging, basically. And it's basically just to speed up your pace, to have faith that, I can go this fast, and like although it feels tiring, you know, you're building up your stamina, your acceleration. Yeah. And okay, so what else do I expect from training? What do I expect, and how I'm feeling about it currently? So I expect it to be really, really hard. I usually thrive. I don't know about you. I feel like the nice thing when you grow up is you kind of learn like kind of what works for you. But eventually, you know, we always change. That's the scary stuff of life, right? When expectations kind of come out the door. But right now in my life, I know that I succeed mostly when I set a schedule, a plan, and I just don't think about doing it. I just do it. So for right now, I know the days I'm running, and I just am gonna just do it. Not gonna second guess why I'm doing it. Just gonna do it. And so I know I'm good at doing that. So I think I'll be definitely able to follow through and do the marathon. And I'm excited, but I'm extremely nervous. The farthest I've ever run is a half marathon. I am going to be running half marathon lengths in a few months. You know, I'm afraid I don't want to get injured. The nice thing is I did, you know, invest in running shoes. I went to a place in Santa Monica called Roadrunners, which is, if you are in LA, it's a great place. They watch how you, they have the places probably near you that do this, but they, you know, you run and they videotape it, and they tell you how you're running and if you're pronating or underpronating, like, are you rolling your feet, and then they'll create soles to help, you know, calculate, to basically rebalance your foot when you're running so you're not like injuring your body. And I don't think it's bogus. I think it's very actually useful and helpful. And yeah, it was just really good. And I literally, for this store, I literally like waited an hour, but it was worth it. And then they recommend shoes and you try them on. And so I did that. I also got a running band. If you go on this channel, check out the role play I did where it's like, I'm your marathon coach. You'll see everything. You literally see all the equipment I have. That's all mine. Not yours, it's mine, although I give it to you in the video. Yeah, so right now I'm feeling pretty good about about the training. I've really enjoyed running. You know, it's like it's sometimes, you know, you always have priorities, and working out and stuff can sometimes take the backseat, but it really does like give you so much energy and love. And you know, to be honest with you, I had a really bad anxiety night last night. It was really scary for me. I basically like went out with some new friends. We went to this horror night thing for Halloween in Universal, and you know, I love horror stuff, and I love like screaming, but I haven't done it recently, and you know, I think it reactivated something in me that made me anxious, and then I was socially anxious, and I left early, and I was just like, I don't want to be here, and then I just didn't feel grounded, and I felt really unstable, and it was scary. And then on top of that, oh my god, I'm just gonna get cozy, one sec. On top of that, I had a dream about my ex, like, leaving me. So I was just like, what? It's just so rough. So, I don't know if you ever have that. Have you ever felt like, yeah, have you had like those dreams, or have you ever felt that anxiety before? Like, I'm usually not a very anxious person, so it was just really like overwhelming for me, and I couldn't rationalize it, so I just had to leave. But I ran today after feeling really crappy all day because of that, and it freed me in a way. You know, it allows you to get your emotions out. I like wanted to cry during my run. I didn't, but it would have been okay if I did. But it just like releases something. It gives you an outlet to throw your energy into, and you know, life can be very difficult, and I don't know about you, but I have a habit of trying to rationalize and control and structure, and you know, tell myself everything's going great, and just trying to navigate a comfortable life. But life, God, the universe is going to throw things at you that will remind you, will humble you, that you have no control over any of this. And maybe that's why I've been loving running, because you're outside, which I really, really enjoy. That's the thing. I used to like do bodybuilding and stuff in the gym, but being outside is really, really nice. It allows you also to just be in touch with your body. You have to be, when you're going on long runs, you have to be learning how to breathe, being aware of, okay, like if I'm tired, how can I relax while still moving? It is such a good skill set, to be running, and then to learn to, okay, if I'm breathing, and this is the nice thing about the Nike Run app, it's free. Go get it. You're gonna love it. Thank me later. Maybe we can follow each other, I don't know, but they will remind you. They're like, how are you breathing? They're like, relax your breath. If you relax your breath, everything in your body will relax as well. And then they're like, you could use this off of running too, like when you're in the car and there's traffic. It's really nice. And yeah, I've been enjoying those runs, and it's been good so far. It is week 2. I am trying to run, in the afternoons. I'm trying to find in LA. It's getting fall weather, which is really nice. I love fall. Oh my gosh. It's the weather. It's so crisp in LA. It's warm. It doesn't get cold like the seasons in LA. It's not like east. It doesn't snow. It doesn't, get too cold or anything like that. But you can notice that the longer you live in LA, you will notice, okay, we're in winter now, we're in fall. It's crisp, at noon it's still really hot, but in the evening it starts to get cooler, because if you're in the shade, it cools down. It's not humid, it's dry heat. So it's been good. Yeah. Not to just, I'm just kind of rambling right now, but also, if you're enjoying this video, I'm gonna shamelessly promote this channel. I really would love you, yes you, because you've made it this far. I would love you to click the join button and join our Hive. The reason I'm creating that membership is because I'm trying to create more of a protected space, and I really want people that are good people that, want to do goals. If you want to run a marathon, if you want to write, if you want to do whatever you want to do in your life, I want us to find a community, create that community, and I want us to be protected. I love being on this public platform. It's so fun. We all get to meet each other. It's so fun. But if you want to see for a more, intimate place, just consider subscribing. It's the price of a coffee, and it means the world for me. It will allow me to make more of these beautiful videos, and so we can find more people to join our community, basically. So that's all. That's shameless plug. But yeah, if you're curious about running, I would totally do it. Nike running app is actually really good for people that are non-runners too, because they'll immediately tell you, they're like, the first run you do is really nice, because they're like, okay, start running, and they're like, look, you're running, you are officially now a runner. It doesn't matter how far you go, it doesn't matter how fast you go, the fact that you're doing it means you're a runner. They're really good at breaking the stigma of being a newbie. So I highly recommend it. It's free. It's also cool because you can connect your Spotify, so it'll play your Spotify music, and then it will lower the music a little bit, and then they'll do their talking, and then they'll bring the music back up when they're done. And you can also run without the guided conversations. Yeah, for the running too, I am traveling in the future. I will probably do a ramble. You're gonna see videos in the future where I'm from London, so that's be exciting. Next month, literally next month, I think November 6th. I can't believe it's coming up so fast. That's very cool. Wow, that's very cool. Wow, I have so many goals I want to hit by then. I'm gonna be running running when I go back home for Christmas. I'm going to be in the cold. I'm going to be running in Florida. I'm going to be running in all these different terrains, and it's going to be very interesting to see how I do. So I'll keep you guys updated. But yeah, March 17th is the day. So wish me luck. I encourage you, if you want to. It's actually not too late. If you're in LA, I don't know where you're. Look up your local marathon. There, marathons are usually like in spring or fall. But go for it. There's really good communities out there. You could do, short runs. You could do the half marathons. The half marathons are a nice entry level because you have to train for it. I had a friend who, I guess he's a friend. I had a friend who tried to do the half marathon and basically didn't train for it and failed. And I was like, yeah, you have to train for it. So do that and see if it's your jive. Do like this. And what's really fun too is you can always train for a half marathon, and then if you want to do a marathon, you can just continue training. They're usually set up that way. So halfway in my training program, there's the LA half marathon in January. It's actually on my birthday. I don't think I'm going to do it because I have a twin sister, and I think we'll celebrate that day. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. But, yeah. I hope you're resting very well right now. I hope this inspires you, or if anything, it's just a cool story. I just thought I'd share with you guys. I think it's important to hold people accountable to things, so, have fun with it, but I'm excited to, document this, guys, with you guys. And yeah, let me know, do you have any projects or challenges or things that you're doing that you're looking forward to? I would love to support you in that, and if you see anyone in the comments, please support them as well. If you have made it this far and you're still awake, please leave a running emoji and also a watermelon. A running emoji and a watermelon, or either or. I'm saying that because it's obviously running, right? But the watermelon, y'all, I think I'm just in the mood for watermelon right now. But have you ever had, in the summer, go to a grocery store with a cold watermelon, sliced, and you just, eat it outside on a hot day? That's the best thing. I think it's the most refreshing thing in the world. So, yeah. But, have a lovely, 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 lovely sleep. And, remember to like this video if you enjoy this content. I can make more of these videos. Subscribe so that you get access to those channels. We don't just flow freely in the YouTube universe. So you see, to stay a little tethered, so you can stay up to date on these marathon videos, but also hit the bell notification. YouTube is terrible for showing these videos out. Their algorithm makes no sense sometimes, so I make videos every week, multiple videos every week, but you'll only see them sometimes if you hit the bell notification. I'm also getting better at, and so this is a new format for this channel, but every day is going to be kind of a different type of video, and we'll see how that goes for how long. But yeah, we'll see how long that goes for. But that way, I hope it makes it easier for you, so you can be like, okay, Mondays are going to be, life update rambles or just rambles. I like those, so I'll pop on Nick's channel. Or, Fridays are those role plays. Ooh, we love those, so go check them out. Or, I need some positivity or creativity. Those are ones today. So, have a wonderful day. Remember to be weird, be yourself, be kind to others, and I will see you very